Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. And yeah, we're in the dark. I've got one of those emergency light things. Yeah, burning. It's an electric. Oh, I don't know. The thing works with a battery. Yeah. So forgive the heavy breathing. My brother's dog is over there. Hey, Piggy. Yeah, make it. Yeah, and he's breathing. Big pigs. No, shame he's getting hot. Even the tongue is hanging out sideways, shame. Piggy? Ja, jy was alweer in die bossies, kyk hier. Anyway, okay. So, yeah, load shedding, beloved load shedding from 8 o'clock this evening until 10 o'clock. The time now is 9 o'clock. So we're halfway through. The thing is, I don't know if I switched the lamp light off. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, I'm busy getting the place sorted out. And, got a lot of stuff that I don't need. And, I could try and sell it out of hand or to the second-hand shop. They're not going to give you nothing for it. So I just took it all and I went and I put it out on the street. And, yeah, two gentlemen came past. One of our local gentlemen, yeah. And they were so excited about this stuff that was out on the street that they can now collect, because anything that is put out on the street, people can just help themselves. Anyway, so, and they're laughing and they're excited about this stuff. So I looked at them and I asked them, I said, "Do you want a single bed?" "Yeah." So come fetch it. Because I was wondering, how am I going to get the single bed out onto the street there? Because it's one of these old-fashioned beds and it's got a headpiece and a footpiece and it's got springs. And it's heavy. And yeah, I don't know that those screws can come loose. To separate the headpiece and the footpiece, and that it can be in 3 sections. Anyway, so they came and they fetched the bed and they put it out on the street, and everything that I'd put out on the street, they just loaded it all on top of the bed, and off they went with the bed. Everything loaded on it. Anyway, so their day was made. And yeah, it's always nice to see people making use of stuff that we don't make use of anymore. Anyway, they say one man's junk is another man's treasure. And yeah, I suppose that is true. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was my birthday yesterday, and most of my family forgot. And almost all my friends forgot. There was a few that remembered. An old lady from church, she phoned me, sent me a message. And my aunt from Richards Bay remembered. And my aunt up at Hookville remembered, and my cousin. Anyway, they remembered. So, yeah. Anyway. So today I went to the market with a friend. And she had no idea it was my birthday yesterday. And anyway, my cousin saw me, so she wished me for my birthday. And now this friend of mine thinks, no, you must get some cake and get something. I thought, oh, no, please, I don't want cake. And just, anyway. Yeah, I don't eat much. I don't know, it's since been looking after my appetite has gone for a loop. So, yeah, I'm nibbling on something most of the time. You know, I'm having a biscuit or a slice of bread or something. Yeah, but as far as sitting down to a meal, it doesn't often happen. Yeah, I can't sit down to a full meal. I find it. I do eat in the evening. I do have a meal in the evening. Yeah, at least twice a week. I have a proper meat, potatoes, rice, vegetables, all that stuff that's supposed to be good for you. Anyway. Yeah. So I found it rather amusing that my friends forgot. Anyway. I'm going to see how long it takes him to remember. That'll be interesting. But then you know what? I also forget. I forget one of my friends had a birthday. I think her birthday was on the 3rd. And I completely forgot about it. And normally I remember her birthday. So, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do with this lamp is just unplug it completely. Because I don't know whether I switch this thing on or off. So if I'm sleeping when the lights come back on, it's supposed to come back on at 10 o'clock. Who knows if the light's going to come back on 10? Yeah. I might only come back on at 10:30 or 11 o'clock. So yeah, I don't want my sleep disturbed. Yeah, so we're into the market today. They've changed the market a little bit. The wild oats is still the wild oats market. That's yeah, apparently that market is world known. It's known all over the world. I don't know. So you guys that are outside of South Africa, I don't know if you know about the wild oats farmers market here on the Garden Route in Sedgefield. The slow town, where everything is slow, very slow. They say the top speed in Sedgefield is a tortoise on a bicycle. Yeah, well, okay. I better not say anything else or comment anything else on that thing. Because that's one of the stickers that we have here in Sedgefield. Is the top speed. Tortoise on a bicycle. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, my brother's going to check my car for me to make sure that it's good for the road. I might have to change my tires. Maybe. Anyway. I hope they'll still be good for another few thousand kilometers. I hope. Anyway, let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm just waffling now. But anyway, subscribers, thank you so much for being here. Sorry I haven't posted in a few days. Yeah, I just haven't done it. I've got footage that I need to just edit a little bit. And then I'll put that up. That was when I was visiting my friend that's from Cape Town. Yeah. And see, I've got a scar on my leg. I don't know where that came from. Oh, you know where that's from? I think that was from the car accident. Oh. Yeah, I was involved in a car accident in 89. Yeah, I think it was 1989. It was a Tuesday night. And my then fiance, who I later married, he was working on his Jeep. And of course he'd been potting, and now he wanted to go for test drive, and he said I must go with him. So I thought, well, okay. Then he decided that I needed to know how to drive. We're on a sand road. The Jeep had power steering. You just move the steering a little bit, and off you go in that direction. Now, my father's old bakkie, in order to make the thing turn, you had to really turn that steering wheel. There's an old tank, but in any case. Yeah. Now, what do I know about driving? I mean, last time I drove was in the graveyard with one of my ex-boyfriend's motor car. He thought it was a good idea to teach me to drive in the graveyard. Yeah, anyway. Now, there's another story to that too, which I won't get into right now. And, yeah, anyway. I might still tell you the story about the graveyard. Oh, my word. Yeah. I was here with my boyfriend. And anyway, it's a story for another time. And yeah, so Donnie and I, my fiance that I was engaged to at the time in 1989, he thought I needed to learn to drive. And of course, because he'd been drinking and he was getting obnoxious, and I thought, oh, man, I mean, how difficult can it be? So I kind of knew the stop, go, and change gear pedals, the brake, accelerator, and clutch. And I kind of knew the gears. That I kind of knew. But yeah, man, I was 19. What do I know about driving? Anyway, so now we're driving on this farm road outside of Melmoth, and I'm going, and I picked up speed, and of course there was a turn coming, and so I turned the steering wheel, but unfortunately I was going too fast, and I turned the steering wheel too quick. Anyway, the Jeep went sideways down into the ditch and flipped right over the fence, the farmer's fence. Donnie went flying, I went flying. I actually don't remember leaving the Jeep at all. The only last thing I remember before waking up was hitting my nose on my face on the passenger side sun visor. Yeah, so I was really thrown. Anyway, so when I woke up, because Donnie was calling me, and I thought, I woke up. So I don't know how long he was trying to get hold of me, but in any case. And he asked me if I'm okay. I said, I don't know. I can't feel my legs. But I had my legs curled up underneath me. And, I was kneeling down, sitting on my legs, leaning against the fence dropper, steel dropper that they make the farm fences with. I was sitting right next to this thing. I mean, that thing could have gone through my leg or through wherever. I know. Anyway, yeah, the angels really looked after us that day. Anyway, so eventually, I kind of got my legs out from underneath me. And I stood up, and I thought, well, okay, I can move around. And so we thought, well, let's just leave everything and go back home. The Jeep is laying upside down in the farmer's mealie land. And we decided, okay, we're going to start walking now, because, I mean, we can't spend the night out there. We'll just walk back home. I don't know how many kilometers. It must have been about 5 or 6 or 7 kilometers. I don't know, 10 kilometers. Who knows? Anyway, and the next minute we see lights. And there's this African gentleman and his wife. They stopped and they looked at us and they asked if they could give us a lift somewhere. So we said, yeah, we've had an accident. The Jeep is laying there upside down in the Milliland. And we need to get back to Melmoth. Anyway, so they were very kind. They gave us a lift. And they were actually on their way to Ulindi. Now the farm road that we went on, when you got back to the main road, you turned right to go to Ulindi and left to go back to Melmoth. And they were on their way to Ulindi. But they decided to take Donnie and myself back to Melmoth. Dropped us off and we said thank you and off they went. Anyway, so that was that. But we survived. But had we been wearing our seatbelts, we didn't have our seatbelts on. Had we been wearing our seatbelts, both Donnie and myself would have been killed, because the roll bar that went over the back of the seat, when they went to go and fetch the vehicle, the whole thing had dented in over the seats. So we would have been stone dead. Anyway, so yeah. Hey, so anyway, so that was that. How did I land up on that subject? Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole. Yeah. Anyway, so that we survived that. Yeah. I have no idea how I landed up on that subject. I was talking about my birthday and my friend and me not eating that often. Sorry guys, I go from one thing to the other. Anyway, I've got to stop waffling here. Subscribers, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, I really do appreciate you guys. Yeah. So be blessed. Stay healthy. Lots of love. Bye.